Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts. That music is so cute, it just pumps me up every time. So we are making this really cool tri-step card or three-step card or just plain old step card, whatever you guys want to call it, tonight. And I hope that we have a whole bunch of people that have time to take some time out from their busy schedules to come and craft with us tonight. And it's my purpose to fuel the passion of reaching everybody as an artist, especially those of you guys who are beginners, who don't have like every fancy tool and all those dies and the machines and stuff like that. So we'll always have ways for you guys to be successful with techniques and tips and tricks and cards and things that we make here. So I'm going to take a few minutes since I always come on early. I typically start at 5 minutes after the hour, barring no kind of technical difficulties, which we have now and again. So hello to Jocelyn and Debbie. My nails are just plain like gold, copperish gold tonight. Therese and Deanna and Jane and Lisa, Jill Lucas, Heather Lynn, and Linda. Hey Linda, so if you see people in, if you're with us live and you see people in blue, they are the moderators, so give them hearts and kudos for being here. It's always nice to have them. They'll make sure that you get links to places that you want to get to and stuff like that. So hello to everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody's name in the beginning. So at the beginning of the live streams, which are always Thursday evenings like tonight from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and always on my reminder posts in my group and all the groups that I'm in, if I have time to do the reminder posts, you will always see a little button that says click here at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And inevitably I get somebody that goes, what time zone is that? It's Central Standard Time. Central Time. So set yourself a reminder if you're not Central Time, because that can be kind of a tricky thing. Oh, I love the little hearts. Thank you guys. That's so cool. All right, so make sure that you're going over to the blog, jensqualitycrafts.blogspot.com, because we are running monthly challenges there where you can win free digis from the people that are sponsoring us. And right now, this month, what are we at? Let me think. I'm so removed from the blog, you guys. Michelle Calvert, is my right-hand lady. She runs the blog stuff. So pardon me if I don't always know exactly what's going on over there. We do need more entries, though. I know that, because when I peek in there, there's not a whole lot. But we are brand new to this. This is only our second month. So if you're, and if you don't have a blog, you can still join in. We will give you all of the details, which leads me into, if you're not a member of our community, our Quality Crafts family over on Facebook, you want to go ahead and join that, because there's no commitment and there's no participation police there. So we don't care if you're posting every day, once a week, once a month, or if you're just like to lurk and learn new things and stuff because you're a beginner. We welcome all of you guys. So come on over there. And looks like we've got, thank you, Kelly, so much for putting out the links for us so that we can find that stuff quickly. Hi, Monica and Diane and Tammy Valley, hello. Jamie Hunt, Jen Rod, Dee, hi, Dee. I love it when you guys tell me where you guys are from, too, because it's usually, we usually have some people from, like, all over the world, like from the UK, Australia, and then all over the United States as well. We've got about 3 minutes left. I want to welcome you guys and let you know that, okay, we already mentioned the community over at Facebook, and we already mentioned the blog. I also do have a store. Sometimes people are just like mind blown, didn't know you had a store. It's called qualitycrafts.com. Really easy to get to, and we've got new lines of digital stamps coming out. Oh my gosh, almost forgot to like totally mention the new release tomorrow. It's all back to school stuff, and it's so cute. I should have linked a little picture here for you guys, but I've been prompting this all week, trying to get a buzz worked up about the back to school set. You're going to want to check that out. There'll be a special price for the bundle as usual. And so we've got Nebraska and Missouri and Pennsylvania and Washington and California. That's so awesome. Yes, so if you want to, if you love what I do here, if you love learning all these new techniques and you like to come and craft with me 2-3 times a week, because I've got videos Thursday nights, Sunday afternoons from 2 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the 10-minute news card series every Wednesday at 5 p.m. If you want to help fuel the passion and keep that going, you want to join us on Patreon, patreon.com/qualitycrafts, where you can pledge there if your budget allows, so that we can keep going and I can offer this to you all the time, full time. Not going to happen this year. I will be going back full time to my regular full time job in the fall. I work for a school, but hopefully next year or 2 years down the road, I will be with you guys full time, like all the time. This was just the summer. I had the summer off, so it was pretty amazing. We got a couple of weeks left here, so I'm not going to just jump right into that too soon. My goodness, hi from Iraq and Florida. And where else? Michigan? Awesome. So cool. So we're making this today. Not specifically this one. We're going to make one that looks different. This was a piece of, I don't know, some kind of funky ribbon that I had in my stash from something that somebody else sent me. And so, and it looks like it's fallen off on the back. I didn't tape it too well. And see, it's just taped on the back. And so I did this one specifically for the reminder posts and stuff. And I do that a lot, where I'll just pull stuff from my stash and be like, oh, that'd be fun to work with. And then we recreate it, and I show you how to do the base of the card. That's the whole purpose. The purpose is not for me to drag it out for an hour just to show you how to decorate or how I decorate. The decoration should be up to you and your inner artist. So I want you guys to make these projects uniquely your own. So this is one. We're going to make a completely different one today, and I'm going to give you all of the measurements and stuff. If you want the written measurements, if you're like a visual person that needs them like written down and some, then join us over at the blog when we're done. And if you're going to make one of these, which I hope a lot of you guys will make one of these, join us over at the Facebook group. I will put up an album when we're done here, and then you guys can put all of your makes into the album. That would be so cool, because we'll all be able to see that. Wisconsin, Oregon. I'm in Wisconsin too. Lift it up. Oh my gosh. And England, see? We've got someone from England. Colorado. It's hot in Oregon. Okay, it's 6:05, so we're going to get started. What I'm going to do first is show you how to make the base. Now, I've got a whole bunch of bases here, and I'm going to show you why I have a whole bunch of bases here. I've got 2 bases going this way, which is the way I made the card. And then I've got this one going the actual opposite way because I made a mistake. And I want to let you guys know about that. Hi, Krissa. Yay, thanks. You made it. I want to let you know about this so that you don't make the same mistake. Unless you want your steps on the left-hand side, by all means, then do it that way. Scrap Crafters, I do mainly make cards, but I do other things as well. I've got mini albums coming up, so if you like that type of thing, I will be doing some of that. And what did I do? I did some big old flowers not too long ago on a gift bag, and there's just, yeah, all kinds of different stuff will pop up. But mainly cards, just because I love them so much. What I was thinking that you could do with these two, if they're all put together, you could tape 2 of them together like this and make a trifold card that's much wider, that has 2 on the sides like that. I just thought that would be really fun. So if you make one the wrong way, never fear, just glue them together like this and make yourself a big one. I just think that would be super fun to decorate and just have a good time with. But here, my point in bringing up the fact that I have 2 that go the opposite ways, because this can happen if you put the 2 inches on the opposite side of the cardstock. So the size of this cardstock is just a half a sheet of regular cardstock that's 8.5 by 11 cut down 5.5 by 8.5. So you literally will get 2 of these bases from 1 sheet of cardstock, okay? You're going to need some kind of a trimmer and one of these, just dropped my bone folder, a scoreboard. We're going to do some scoring on this. So we're going to put it the 8-inch across the top. And I won't need my bone folder till a little bit later, and then I'll pick it up. And here's where you have to decide which side you want your step on. I want my step on this side, so I'm going to put my 2 inches at the top. You're also going to need a ruler. Should have put that in the picture when I started. I didn't think of it. So you want to put your ruler at 2 inches. Okay? 2 inches down this way. So that this part of your card, let me pull this out. Right here, it's going to be 2 inches. You can make that more than 2 inches if you want a little skinny step on the side. That's totally up to you. You can change these. Hi, Elise. You caught me live. Oh, hearts for you. So you need this because you're going to be doing the scoring on this side. Okay? You could also do the 2 inches up from this side, which if you go 5.5, 4.5, 3.5, and put your ruler right here, and do the 2 inches and do the scoring on this side. But if you do that, then you're going to have a left-handed step, and it's going to look like this. And your step's going to be on the left-hand side. So that's the difference. Decide which side you want your step on. The right-hand side, like this one, is a little bit trickier on the scoreboard, but it's not hard. I'll show you. So I'm going to do it that way, and I'm going to go ahead and put my ruler at 2 inches, like I said. Make sure my paper's up in the corner and my ruler's at 2 inches. I have it butt up against this side so that my ruler is straight. I don't have to worry about that. And we're going to do some scoring. Now, this is why I say it's tricky, because you can't start from the top and score it all the way down. Okay? You have to score it from here down. So you kind of have to do a little bit of eyeballing. Like here, if this is the one here, then you're going to have to push your your stylus or your scorer into there to find the one and then go down. Okay, so we're scoring at 1, at 2, okay, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 1/8. This is the tricky one. 3 1/8. Now I might have hit the 3, hopefully not. 3 1/8. If you did, it's not going to make a huge difference, that 1/8 of an inch. You might notice it, but it won't be that big of a deal. 4 1/4, which is the center of the card. It's halfway, right? Here it is. Whoops. I'm not too worried about that because we can cover that up. No big deal. And then 6 3/8. This one's a little bit tricky too. If you're doing the left-hand side step, then you're going straight from the top and it's not that big of a deal. If you want to skip that, you can go ahead and do these marks in this, in your trimmer. That would work too. The only one that's going to go all the way across is your 4 1/4. Oh, look, and I missed a little bit. 4 1/4, because that's halfway. Okay? And then, because that's going to fold your card in half. I got a little mark here that I don't really need, but we'll probably be able to cover that up. I'm not going to worry about it. And we're going to do this process one more time. I'm not going to stop at 1. And now all we have to do is just to make 1 cut line. And now that we have all of our score lines here, we're just going to connect to this score line all the way to this score line with 1 cut. So this is where your trimmer comes in. So remember how we had the 2 inches coming across here? Did I even do that at 2 inches? Now it's looking way too long for me. I don't think I did. Let me just put that back in one more time. Oh, I did the left. 2 inches. 1, 2. Yeah, I didn't go up high enough. I wasn't at 2. I was at like 2.5 or 3. Silly me. I'm going to go all the way up now. We're going to do this one more time, so don't worry about it if that didn't go straight across. I thought my lines looked a little bit short. I've made about 5 of these today, and every time I swear. We're going to connect the dots now. And then I'm going to do this one more time so that it goes smoother and smoother so that you're not like, what? Okay. So we are putting it in at 2 inches. So if you slide this into your 2-inch mark, then all you have to do is go from the last score we made, all the way up to the last score we made here. And that's it. And then you've got a line there. You have your score marks here coming off of there. So this first one is going to go down, and then the next one's going to go up, down, and up, and then down. Okay, and then after you have those all put together like that, again, I'm going to do this more than once, because I know sometimes when you watch something, you think you got it, and then you're like, oh, you try to do it again, and it doesn't work. I got to grab that bone folder that fell. So I haven't changed this card. This is where we've got it. We've squished it all together, right? So this is where you're going to run your bone folder over here. Make sure all your creases are creased down here. And then run it up like this and crease the top. And then when you pull it out, it should totally stand up for you. Now it's going to stand up like this. So the little marks that I made on the inside where I made a mistake, you're not even going to see those. They're going to be totally hidden. So we've got a perfect card base here. Let's do this one more time. And since I already used up my other papers, I'm going to have to cut one more. But I really do think that showing you, and that's the whole reason too why I showed you these in the beginning. Because depending on where you put your ruler, you can get a left step or a right step. And that makes a big difference for some people. Well, I was going to put something on there, but it's not working right now. So now we've got 2 more card bases by cutting a piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 11 in half. So we're starting out, I'm going to start all over again. So if you missed anything or you just joined us, you haven't missed a thing. We're going to start and do it again. I'm going to totally decorate one when we're done here, but I want to make sure you have this down. So we've got 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to put this in our scoreboard. Alrighty. We're going to put our ruler at 2. The bottom of our ruler at 2. Because we want all of our score lines to go this way. We want our step to be on the left. Not our step. I'll show you what I'm talking about. What we're trying to do is make sure that this band right here is on the left. So that's why we've marked off our 2. The 2 inches is right here, and we're going to score everything down below that. And that's going to make these. Okay? We're going to score everything down below that mark. And then when we're done, we're going to cut from that score to that score. And that's as easy, it's that easy. Okay, so push your paper up into the corner, put your ruler at 2 inches, and then we're going to score. At 1 inch, this is where you have to eyeball it up, remember. So 1 inches, 1 inch, 2 inches, can't tell where my 2 inches. There we go. 2 inches. This is the trickiest part if you're doing it this way, just because you have to line it up with your eyeball. So 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 1/8 inch, 4 1/4, which is our halfway mark. 4 1/4, this is the one that's going to go all the way across the card, but we'll finish that when we're done here. And the last one is 6 3/8. That's one little mark just before the 6 1/2. Okay, and then the only one we're extending is this 4 1/4 one all the way up, because that's going to fold our card in half. Okay, so we scored at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 1/8, 4 1/4, 6 3/8. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut from this score mark down to this score mark using our trimmer. So remember I put the ruler at 2 inches here, right? we're going to take that side, that same side, and put it into our trimmer at 2 inches. That'll just make it easier on us. And then we're going to go from, you have to check this out, make sure that you're putting this right from that first score mark all the way down to the last score mark that we made. And you should be able to see that as you're looking in your trimmer. So let me move these out of the way here. And so this is what we should have then. There's our cut line and our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 score lines. And then the one in the middle of our card went all the way across. This is what you should have. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start with this one, bending that paper down, and then back up, and then down, and then back up, and then down. Just like an accordion, that's it. Then as you have all of that squished together, you're going to bring in your bone folder, make sure that you get that a nice crease, and then drag this straight up and then crease this across to make sure that it's even so that when you close your card to mail it, it closes decently. And then when you open it up here, it should sit just like that. Alrighty. I hope we got that. Now, if there's anybody that wants to see that again, I have one more card base. One more card base here. Let me know. We can do that. We can do it one more time, especially if there's anybody that came in late or you just want to see it again, you know, because sometimes you need to see it again. You know what I mean? All right. Now, there's pieces to put on this, and I've already done the hard work of figuring out what the sizes of these are. And you could make these a little bit longer if you want. It just depends on what kind of look you want. I did mine with a little bit of a white border. So I have a piece that's going to go on here. I have a piece for each one of the layers, and I made them all the same color. So if you want all of the instructions, all of the exact measurements for these pieces, meet me over on the blog. Give me some time after the video is done, and I'll have a blog post up for you with all of these dimensions written right in there, so then all you have to do is just make a copy of it, right? So it's going to look similar to this with 3 banners here and then 1 long banner here. You obviously don't have to do it that way. You could put something all the way across here. Like maybe you want to cut some grass and put grass all the way across here and then pop some animals in here so it looks like some little animals are hopping around, and then put a little sentiment up here. I mean, there's a bazillion different ways. I couldn't even begin to tell you how many ways and how many different ways that you could, you know, decorate that. So uniquely your own, decorate it with what you have, use your stash, use what you got at home, okay guys? That's one of the biggest things. So let's go ahead and just put this one together. So this one is 7/8 of an inch by 3 1/4. The next one is 1 inch by 3 1/4. And then the next one is 2 inches by 3 1/4. And then these two are 4 1/4 by 2. And then this one's just 1/4 of an inch smaller, 4 by 1 3/4. So I think I'm just going to ATG these down. Thanks, Julie. So a couple of ways of getting my attention on here. That's why it's popping off. I gotta fix this. I'm using up all my old, really big, if you look at this, you see the big holes in here? They've since made those holes smaller so this stays on better. That's why I have this, but sometimes it does pop off, which is why I have this, but it's getting kind of old. I need to make another one probably. Shouldn't have too much of a problem with the ones that I sell in my store since I'm selling the little ones, not the big ones anymore. We might run out of tape here. We'll see. So I'm going to take these. This one right here is 2 by 3 1/4. And so I'm going to put that one in here. And like I said, if you don't like the way these look, then don't follow my measurements. Make up your own measurements. Do your own thing. Because every single one of these is going to be different, and that is what's so cool about it. So then the next one, what did we say this one was? This is 1 inch by 3 1/4. And then the last one is 7/8 of an inch by 3 1/4. That's going to go right here in the middle. Okay, so now we've got those 3. Oh, it's really cool. Really cool from above. And then we'll put these together. And I have those white flowers you keep seeing falling into frame. I made some white flowers, and I'm going to show you those because it's really awesome. And I have them linked down below, too, if you want to get some from Amazon. They're 2 punches. So I do affiliate through Amazon to help my channel. My channel and our family group at Quality Crafts is free. It's always free. It's always going to be free. No one ever has to pay for any of it. But I want to go full-time. And in order to go full-time and quit my actual job at the school district, I obviously have to make money to support myself. So affiliating with Amazon is one of the things that I do. So anytime you use a link, then I get a little bit of a commission, and I put that towards my channel. So you don't have to buy anything crafty. You don't even have to buy what the link was intended for. As long as you go in through one of the links, you can buy anything. You can buy toilet paper for your family. You can buy earwax removal if you have problems with the ears. I mean, it really does not matter what you buy. And a little bit of it will go to my channel. So I'm always so grateful to all of you guys who are using the Amazon links. Now, since I said that, I want to let you know that these are the 2, now that we're done gluing these guys on. I use these 2 Oopsie Daisy punches. They're really, really cool. Okay? The ones that I found on Amazon said large and extra large. Now, since I've owned these, I've thrown away the thing, and of course, they never put on here what they are. Oh, there's Liney. He says hi every video. They never put on here what they are. So I'm hoping that the ones that I linked, that this is considered large and this is considered the extra large, because I don't think there's another size, but I could be wrong. So in full disclosure, I'm letting you guys know that if you order them, oh, Penny, so sweet. So there's another way to get my attention besides putting the @ symbol in my name, is the super chat is what they're calling it, and it's a little tiny money icon right underneath where we talk, next to the smile, and it puts your name in this pretty teal box. Penny, you're so sweet. Thank you, hon. That's a one-time donation to my channel, and she just donated $5. So thanks, Penny. That's so sweet. So full disclosure, I'm hoping that the ones that I linked for you are exactly the same as these, but there might be one more. So if that wasn't large and extra large, you could be getting a slightly bigger flower than what I have, just so you know. But the ones that I used there, that's what made these flowers here. So that's what they look like. And I put 2 large ones and 2 small ones, and then a little pearl right in the center. And you could color these. You don't have to leave them white, but I thought that would look really pretty on here if we put these in. Now, if you go something this large, you're either going to have to flatten them to mail, or you're going to have to create some kind of a special envelope to put these in. But I think this is going to be really pretty, so I'm going to put these on here. So the little @ symbol with my name on it, we'll put my name in orange, and then I will notice that as well. So go ahead and glue these guys down. Was there anybody that wanted to watch the base being made one more time? Wants to see those measurements and seeing the base being done? That's so pretty. So I will put like something here that has a stamp on it. And I'll show you how I layered those flowers too. Okay, so we'll take the big one, the extra large. We're hoping that's the extra large, right? 2 of those. And we'll just do 4 right away. We'll just make 2 flowers. And then I love these squeezy ones because if you've got problems with your arthritis or your hands, these are not hard to do. They sound like they are, but they're not. 2. That's just because I'm using 110-pound cardstock. So we've got 2 large and 2 small. And I just in the group posted some Amazon links. It's not in the store. It was only in the group of these tools that look like this. They're styluses, okay? And I have the McGill ones. They're more expensive because they're scrapbooking supplies. Thanks, Judy. And so the one that I linked you to gives you like 8 different ones of this, so that you've got some balls that are real large like this, because that's what I'm going to be using here, and then some that are small like this that I used when we did our card today for all of the scoring, which I used this stylus. It's about the same as these 2 balls are about the same size. So the reason I wanted to pull this out is because I just posted this. If you want to get these, they're in the group. There's an Amazon link to them. You get a whole set of like 8 of them. And this large ball is what I'm going to use for the flowers. So I'm going to use like a little small, it looks like a mouse pad. You just want something squishy for underneath. The first large flower is going to be flat. I'm still watching to see if there are people that need the directions again. And then the next one, we're going to roll that ball over each one of the petals, because this breaks up the fiber in the paper and makes everything roll up. That's going to go next on there. We're going to glue that down. And then we're going to do 2 small ones. So the next one is going to get rolled up. And you want to toggle your petals so that they're not all facing the same way. I'm going to show you what I mean. Don't put your flowers together so that all the petals match up like this. Slide them to the side so that each one is like in between like that. So it looks like you have a lot more petals than you really do. Okay, so that's kind of, those are kind of rolled up. You're going to put a little bit of glue in there. If you use wet glue, you'll have time to turn your flowers and move it if it's not in the right spot. That looks good. And then the next one is a smaller one. Okay, and then I use that big ball to hold down that glue. And then the last one is a small one. So 2 large, 2 small. The first large one you leave flat, and then the last 3, you just keep working those fibers until they curl up more and more. A little bit more each time. And then, if I didn't misplace my, where did my little pearls go? They were just here. They grew legs and walked away, like most of my supplies do. Well, y'all are gonna think that I lost my brain somewhere. I swear. They were sitting right here on my marker stop, and now they're gone. I hope they didn't fall into the garbage can, but I think that's where I'm going to look next. Anyway, that's when you're going to want to put the little jewel or the pearl or the gem or whatever shiny bling you want to put inside of your flower. That's where you're going to put it. So let's do one more. The first one, the extra large one, stays flat. I hope I didn't lose those in the garbage. Yeah, it was a brand new whole thing full of pearls. Maybe it fell. That's going to bug me now. I'll have to find it later. I probably, in my crafting madness, set something on top of it, and they're just hiding here, mocking me, laughing at me. Okay, one down, and then we're just going to break the fibers in this one just a little bit so they start curling up. That's our second large one. And then that one's going to get glued down. Okay. Then we're going to do one of the smaller ones. And we're going to break the fibers just a little bit more, and then just the rocking motion back and forth until it rolls up. Put a little bit of glue on there. Doesn't take much. Put that one in the middle. And then the very last one, which is our second smaller of the 2 sizes, we're going to just roll it up in the center until it really rolls up. And then add that one. You can even use your fingers to move those around if you want, if you don't like the look of it, or change it, or make it even more closed if you want. So there we've got 2 of those flowers. And then you pop in whatever kind of jewels you want in the center. Or a colored, something colored would be really cool too. You can make these, you can dye your paper or color your paper with your markers, make everything matchy-matchy so that your projects all match, and then people will be like, wow. They'll be stunned at how intelligent and how savvy you are with all your crafting stuff. It's just killing me. What happened to those pearls? Okay, let it go, Jen. Let it go. All right. So since we've got some time, shall we finish making this one? Let's do like a sentiment that comes up off of here. I'm thinking maybe a circle would be super cute. Let me grab one. I think this would be fun. It might be a little big. I'm not sure. This is my big scalloped circle, and it is 2 3/4 of an inch. So let's just punch this one out and see if that fits. Oh yes, look at that. Wouldn't that look really, really cool? And then we could pick out some of the other colors on here, like that pink or that yellow, and we could add some dots on this one. I think that would look really cool. How about the pink? It's not a real bright pink, is it? Let's grab a piece of this that we just... That pink, that'll work. You can use any colors you want, but I'm going to use this pink. I'm going to bring you in a little bit. I probably should have done that a little earlier. Whoop, whoop. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead. These are alcohol markers, and they bleed out a little bit, so I'm just going to make sure to touch each one of these. Forgot to bring you in. There we go. Just a little bit. Because the longer you leave an alcohol marker on your paper, the more of the alcohol ink that's going to just keep coming out of your marker and bleeding into that paper. A lot of you guys already know that, but for any beginners that are here that are unfamiliar with alcohol markers, that's going to be something really good to know. If you want to get some of the markers that I'm using right now, they're all called Ohuhu, and they're relatively inexpensive. They're only 50 cents a marker, and you can get 80 of them for just 40 bucks, or you can get 40 of them for just 20. And I have these linked in the store, which is qualitycrafts.com. Go up to the right-hand corner, the top right-hand corner, and just click on store, and then scroll all the way down to the Amazon link. You should be able to find them there. So there we've got some dots that match this, like this pink right here that's in the paper. Thanks, Julie. And now we're going to find a sentiment to put on here, because I'm the queen of leaving the sentiment till the very, very end. Happy birthday. I'm going to pull out, somebody told me once that I should leave some sentiment stamps near my desk. So I literally pulled out a whole bunch of sentiment stamps. Not all of them, but some of them are. That have more of the stamps that have words and stuff on it. I really like this one. And you know what? I bet this circle would be perfect for the stamp set that I used earlier. Let me grab that one too. Oh, I just found the pearls. Whoop, whoop. I knew they would come out of hiding. So I wonder how closely this scallop would match that. That would be really cool. I wouldn't do that with the dots though. I'd probably just do another one. Let's try another one, because we've got time. So now is the time where we're just getting our craft on. We're enjoying each other's company. You guys are probably taking time to create the card base and get some of that started. So this is the set called Just Saying, and this one's in my store, and it's got a bunch of different sayings on it, and I really, really like it. It's got like, thanks for being you, Bloom. Thanks for making my day. Thank you, Just Saying. Hi, missing you. Happy birthday. Congrats, friends. Feel better soon. Dream and thinking of you. So it practically covers every every major holiday, not anniversary, I suppose, but, or wedding, but just general ones. Let's try this. And my ink has run away too. Well, I'm betting 1,000 a day, aren't I? It was just here. It's underneath a bunch of stuff. So I use VersaFine Onyx Black ink because I feel like I get the best stamp image every time. I used to use Memento and I switched when I saw how great this stuff stamped. So that's why I use it. I'm just trying to get this as close to the center as I can. And then just make sure there's even pressure all the way around so I get a clear image. Oh, see, I didn't push enough on the left. That's okay. That's really, really close. Looks really good. Handmade is never perfect. And we're not going to stress about it. That looks pretty darn cool. And so we could put that right there. What do you think? I'm thinking that's way too much black for me. Because I like this project has some kind of lighter colors to it. Maybe we could just keep the pink dot. What do you think? You guys judge. The black one or the pink polka dots? And while you guys are deciding on that, I'm going to put these little pearls in there. Now that I found them. I think they look really elegant with the pearls. So you can get a different kind of a feel depending on what you use. So an all white one with a pearl is more of an elegant look than if you were to say maybe make them pink and put a button in the middle of it, which would be maybe more for like a child's card or a baby birthday kind of thing. So we've got a bunch of pinks. Yeah, I think this one, I'm going to hold on to this one, but I think that's just too much black for me. So we're going to want a saying for this one, and that is going to be black, the saying. And I want to use this one that's hiding here. This one says, a moment lasts all of a second, but the memory lives on forever. This one right here. Pink one, whoop, whoop. And I am going to do this in black. Because I think the words just look better that way. Hopefully we still like it when it's done. That looks really good. Turned out so good. I just use a baby wipe to wipe these off, and my baby wipes come from Target. In case anyone's wondering, they're the unscented, non-alcoholic, non-scent, no perfume, no colors, no nothing. And then that will go there. I do have pink ink somewhere. I do. That would look good too, wouldn't it? I'm going to try to just press this on without running my fingers over the black ink, because it does take a minute to dry, and I can't tell you how many things that I've just smeared by running my chubby fingers over there. There. I still do really like that. And you know what? We could add pink to the flowers too. I would have done that before I put them together so that it looked better. But like underneath the pearls, where we have the pearls, if I added a little bit of pink, would have matched this pink. That would have looked really cool. And then would all matchy-matchy. And then you can put things on these too. Like on this one, I used my 5 what do you call it, my 5-blade scissors to cut these into a ruffle. And then I added a couple of hearts and I just pop dotted one of those up. And then on this one, I die cut the word happy. And then I used just a piece of this funky stuff. I don't know what this is. This came on something that somebody gave me, and it just so happened to match really well with this. And it was in my stash in like a jar of just stuff that I kept. And so that went on there. And I really like these little gems too. These are super cute. And this one right here is just a starflower punch. I do not have that one linked. It's a Paper Studio. Paper Studio, where do you get those? Hobby Lobby, I think. Michael's might have Paper Studio too. Why is that, Penny? Because I say y'all. But I really do like this one. I think this one is really, really elegant. And it's out a little bit outside the kind of colors I would normally use, which is another reason why I really like it. This is more my style right here. Teals and pinks are just my absolute go-to favorite. What I should have done was use some of the stuff that I got in a rack from a really great friend recently. I will, though. I will be doing one of that pretty soon. So let me pull some of these guys out. I think it would be super fun. Not this one. That's another one that I did, though. To put two of these together, like I said. Let me put this one on top because it's a little bit longer in the front. Yeah. Put these two together and make a really long one. I think that would be really cool. That's going to be the next one that I do. It's a big long one, just like that. And so because you can see this right here, I would just put a piece that went straight across there and I would just hide it. And what I'm going to do is add grass to the front and then pop up a couple of animal kind of things in here and then put my sentiments on the sides. With like maybe some flowers up one side and a sentiment on the other. I think that would be really cool. So does anybody want me to do the directions one more time? I know that in, the 10-15 minutes that we have left, I probably will not be able to decorate a whole one because I don't have everything ready to go. So let me know what you guys would prefer to see. Do you want me to do the base one more time, or do you want me to just do a really fast punch it through, Margaret, and decorate one of these guys again? I'm going to take a drink. I'm getting cotton mouth. Cheers. Thanks, guys, for joining me. This might even be in another video. Putting those two together. How to do the step on the opposite side? That's a good question. I'll show you. So if you want to do two of them and you want the step on the opposite side, the first one you would make, and I have to dig out all my supplies that I just hid underneath all my stuff. Okay, so one of them, you would put your ruler with the bottom edge, let me move this over just a tad here, at 2 inches. Okay, so this bottom ledge right here would end up at 2, and you would do all your scores going down. All right? And then if you put the ruler on the bottom 2 inches up, which is 5.5, 4.5, 3.5, and you put the top part of this at that marking, okay, and you do your scores going up, that will put your steps on the left. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that one more time. If you want your steps on the right, which is what we did today, you put your ruler, the bottom of your ruler at 2 inches, and you score everything down. All right, like that. if you want it to be the opposite, if you want the steps to be on this side to make the opposite one, you would move your ruler down to the 2 inches on the bottom, which it ends at 5.5, so you have to go 4.5, 3.5. Put your ruler at that 2 inches up at 3.5 and do all of your scores going up. Thanks, Julie. Thanks so much for joining us on Patreon. When I'm done here, hun, after I get my video stuff all set, I will get you added to the group and I will welcome you. Okay? Thanks so much. So there we are right there. I hope that was really clear. Okay, so one of them you put it at 2. You score everything down. If you want to do the double card, we're talking about this right here. If you want to put these together. Oh, that's not the one. If you want to put them together and make a double card like this, you're going to make 2 cards. All right, by putting the ruler here and at 2 inches and scoring everything down, or putting the ruler 2 inches up at 3.5 and scoring everything up. And then you'll have 2, one on one side and one on the other side. Okay, then you'll end up with 2. So here we've got 2 going that way and 1 going the opposite way. And these are the 2 that I would put together like this. And then I would have a big card. So what size card will we end up if we do that? It would be 7.5 inches long by 4.25 tall. So you definitely would have to make your own envelope for that, unless you have huge envelopes, which I don't think I do. Yep, you totally could do that, Jocelyn. Flip-flop them around, absolutely. Whatever works for you guys. Alrighty, so this stamp set I don't have linked because I wasn't planning on using this one. This just came out today, and I don't know what this one is. It just doesn't even have anything that it came in. I have seen it around though. This one though that has the circles and all the sentiments on it's called Just Saying. In my store I labeled it Just Saying, and you can get that there. It looks like this. At the top it says Just Saying, and it's got a whole bunch of different greetings on it, which is really cool. Hi, buddy. Did you want to say hello before we go? Yeah? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Come here. Yeah, come here. Come here. Oh, okay. There's one of my boys. This is Liney. Say hello. Say hello. Usually if I'm holding him, he won't make any noise. Dun, 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 dun. So tomorrow we are releasing the back to school digis. And if you are an email subscriber, oh, he's getting hugs. If you are an email subscriber, check your email this evening, because email subscribers typically get, wink wink, an extra either a discount or some kind of a special. What was that all about? Monkey down? Okay. So check your email if you're an email subscriber. Otherwise, check the store tomorrow morning when those will go out. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Let me put some of this stuff away so I can pull out what we have made. Of course, we made that big double guy, which we didn't decorate. And then we had this one that we started off with, and this one that we made together today. I really like the feel of these once you get all of these paper pieces put on, because it's a much more substantial, strong card. What you say, you can use a 10 by 7 and you could downsize a bit for steps on both sides, and it could fit a 5 by 7 envelope. That is a really good idea. And as soon as you get all of those score line measurements for us, let me know and I'll post them on my blog so we can all take advantage of that. So if you want to know where I got this idea from, you can check the description box below and find out the video that I found, what is wrong with me today? Video on Brain Off. If you want to know where I got my inspiration from, just watch her video. She's great. There's usually a place that we get our inspirations from, and we should let you guys know that. Typically, I have where if I didn't just like see something and then just recreate it myself, if I pulled it straight from a video, I will let you know. It's always in the description box below. Thanks, Judy. And don't forget to like the video on your way out. I think that's a little bit, we forget that because it's live. And join us over on Facebook. I'll put up an album on here so that you can put all of your makes in the album along with mine so that we can see what everyone else is doing and become inspired. Let's just say, Cher said, foil cardstock would be cool for this. Yes, it would. So I would love to see your foil cardstock card in there. I'll be watching. All right. I've really enjoyed doing this card with you guys today. This was really fun. I had another one in my mind all prepped out because I really enjoy making it, and it's super, super simple, and it's coming up. So, and also, if you like mini albums, if you ever want to join Patreon, that is a great way for you guys to find what's coming up, because the night before I always post and say, hey guys, this is what we're doing tomorrow. So patrons just get that little bit of exclusive sneak peek, and they also get into an exclusive group just for them. And I just want to let you guys know that there's no obligation to do that. As like I always say, my YouTube videos, all this help, and all these tutorials that I do are always free. Will always be free, and the community over at Quality Crafts will always be free. Those of you who want to commit to helping me maintain my channel and become full-time and do that kind of stuff, and you just feel passionate about it, then I'd like to see you guys on Patreon if that's something that you choose to do. So thank you everybody for coming. I'm going to just quick put on here my patron list of everyone who supports me right now. Deborah Miller is our VIP patron, and then we've got newbies, Sharon, Ginger, Stephanie, Heather, Michelle, Jill, Sherry, Cindy, Hadassah, Patrice, Alicia, and we got one more tonight, and I will add her name to our awesome patrons list for the next video, and I cannot wait to see you guys next video.